The year is 1066, a year that will be etched into the annals of history, a year that will witness the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in the saga of human civilization. Across the North Sea, whispers travel on the wind, whispers of change, of destiny, of a final confrontation that will shape the future of nations, whispers of a final, desperate struggle. In the shadows, plans are made, alliances are forged, and warriors prepare for what may be their last battle. The Viking Age, an era of raids, conquest, and exploration, is nearing its end. For centuries, the Vikings have sailed the seas, their long ships cutting through the waves like knives, their warriors feared and respected across Europe. One last battle will determine the fate of a people, their legacy hanging in the balance. As dawn breaks, the warriors steel themselves for the fight ahead, their faces set with determination and resolve. This is the story of that battle, a clash of civilizations on a scale rarely seen. The air is thick with tension, the ground trembling under the weight of thousands of warriors ready to fight for their beliefs, their homes, and their future. English axes against Viking blades, the clash of metal on metal, the cries of warriors, the chaos of battle. It is a symphony of war, a brutal dance of death and survival, Christian faith against Norse gods. It is not just a battle of men, but a battle of beliefs, of cultures, of ways of life. The old gods of the Vikings stand against the new faith of Christianity, each side fighting for the soul of their people. It is a tale of courage and despair, of heroes and legends, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Vikings, even in defeat. Their stories will be told for generations, their bravery remembered, their legacy immortalized in the annals of history. This is the last stand of the Vikings, a moment of glory and tragedy that will echo through the ages. For centuries, the Vikings had been a force to be reckoned with. From the shores of Scandinavia, they had launched raids and conquests, striking fear into the hearts of Europe. They plundered and traded, explored and settled, leaving their mark on the world. But times were changing. The once scattered kingdoms of England had united under a single powerful king. The Norse faith, with its pantheon of warrior gods, was slowly giving way to the spread of Christianity. The Viking Age, once a bright flame, was flickering towards darkness. The final stand of the Viking Age took place not on a distant shore, but in the heart of England. Stamford Bridge, near the River Derwent in Yorkshire, was the stage upon which this epic drama would unfold. It was a place of rolling hills and open fields, ideal for the movement of armies and the clash of warriors. The Vikings, led by the hardened warrior King Harald Hardrada, had come to claim the English throne, their long ships sailing up the River Humber in a show of force. The Vikings were renowned for their ferocity in battle, and their equipment reflected this. Their reputation as fearsome warriors was not just due to their physical prowess, but also because of the sophisticated and deadly arsenal they carried into combat. They were armed with a variety of weapons, each designed to inflict maximum damage upon their enemies. From the smallest dagger to the largest battle axe, every piece of Viking weaponry was crafted with precision and purpose. These weapons were not only tools of war, but also symbols of status and skill. The axe, in particular, was a favored weapon, its heavy head capable of cleaving through shields and bone. Axes came in various sizes, from the smaller hand axes used for close combat to the larger two-handed Dane axes that could deliver devastating blows. The craftsmanship of these axes often included intricate engravings, making them both deadly and beautiful. Swords, spears, and bows and arrows also featured prominently in the Viking arsenal. Swords were highly prized and often passed down through generations, their blades forged with a combination of strength and flexibility. Spears, with their long reach, were ideal for both throwing and thrusting, making them versatile weapons on the battlefield. Bows and arrows allowed Vikings to strike from a distance, their archers skilled in hitting targets with deadly accuracy. Shields, often painted with fearsome designs, provided some protection from the onslaught. These shields were typically made from wood and reinforced with iron, making them both lightweight and durable. The designs painted on them were not just for decoration. They were meant to intimidate opponents and boost the morale of the Viking warriors. While helmets, sometimes adorned with horns or other decorations, offered a measure of defense for the head. Contrary to popular belief, most Viking helmets did not have horns. Instead, they were simple yet effective, designed to protect the head from blows. Some helmets featured nose guards or faceplates, providing additional protection. The decorations on these helmets often indicated the wearer's rank or achievements in battle, adding to their prestige. Section 5. The Fury of the Northmen. The Viking attack was swift and brutal. Like wolves upon their prey, they descended upon the English forces, their battle cries echoing across the battlefield. Axes flashed in the sunlight, cleaving through English ranks. Swords clashed, sparks flying from the impact. The air was thick with the stench of blood and sweat, the ground slick with the blood of the fallen. The Vikings fought with a ferocity born of desperation, knowing that defeat meant the end of their way of life. Section 6. A bridge too far. The English, caught off guard, fought bravely, but the Viking advance seemed unstoppable. That is until they reached a narrow bridge spanning the river Derwent. Legend has it that a single Viking warrior armed with a mighty axe held off the entire English army at this bridge. He cut down all who dared to cross, his axe singing a song of death and defiance. This bought precious time for the Viking forces to regroup, but it was a delaying tactic, not a victory. Section 7. The Fall of the Raven Banner. Despite the valor of their warriors, the tide began to turn against the Vikings. The English, reinforced and re-energized, pressed their advantage. King Harold Hardrada, a giant of a man, fought with the fury of a god, but even he was eventually cut down. With their king dead and their forces dwindling, the Vikings fought on, their courage undimmed, but the day was lost. The Raven Banner, symbol of Viking might, fell to the blood-soaked earth. Section 8. Echoes of Battle. The Battle of Stamford Bridge was a massacre. Thousands lay dead, Viking and English alike. The river Derwent ran red with blood, a testament to the ferocity of the fighting. The Viking Age, which had begun centuries earlier with a raid on the English coast, had come to a bloody end. The surviving Vikings, broken and defeated, retreated to their ships, leaving behind the shattered remnants of their army. They had fought bravely, but it was not enough. Section 9. Legacy of the Fallen. The Battle of Stamford Bridge marked the end of an era. The Viking Age, with its raids, conquests, and explorations, was over. The Vikings, once a terror to Europe, were no more, but their legacy would live on. Their stories of daring and adventure would continue to be told. Their influence could be seen in the lands they explored and the cultures they encountered, and their spirit of exploration and resilience would continue to inspire generations to come. Section 10. The Passing of an Era. The Viking Age may have ended at Stamford Bridge, but the Vikings themselves did not vanish. Many settled in the lands they had conquered, integrating with the local populations. Their bloodlines and their cultural influence can still be traced in many parts of the world today. The end of the Viking Age was not a sudden collapse, but a gradual transformation. It was the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another, a testament to the adaptability and resilience of the Viking people. Section 11. The Viking Spirit endures. Though the Viking Age is long gone, the spirit of the Vikings lives on. Their legacy is not just a chapter in history books, but a living, breathing testament to human resilience and ingenuity. Their courage, their thirst for adventure, their connection to the sea, these qualities continue to resonate with people around the world. The Vikings were not just warriors, they were explorers, traders, and settlers who left an indelible mark on the lands they touched. Their longships, marvels of engineering, carried them across vast oceans, forging new paths and connecting distant cultures. The Vikings remind us that even in the face of defeat, the human spirit can endure. Their stories of battles won and lost, of hardships faced and overcome, serve as powerful reminders of the strength and tenacity inherent in all of us. The shield wall, a symbol of their unity and strength, stands as a testament to their ability to stand together against overwhelming odds. They remind us that exploration and discovery are essential parts of the human experience. The Vikings ventured into the unknown, driven by a desire to discover new lands and opportunities. Their voyages took them to the far reaches of the known world and beyond, from the icy shores of Greenland to the bustling markets of Constantinople. Each journey was a leap into the unknown, a testament to their unyielding spirit of adventure. And they remind us that even the most powerful empires can crumble and fall, a sobering thought in a world that is constantly changing. The ruins of their fortresses and villages, the artifacts preserved in museums, all tell a story of a once mighty people who, despite their power, were not immune to the forces of change. Their legacy is a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human endeavors and the enduring nature of the human spirit. Today, the Viking spirit is celebrated in festivals and reenactments around the world. People dress in Viking attire, reliving the past and keeping the spirit alive. These events are not just about remembering history, but about connecting with the values that the Vikings embodied: courage, exploration, and resilience. The Viking spirit endures, not just in the pages of history, but in the hearts and minds of those who continue to be inspired by their legacy. In many ways, the spirit of the Vikings lives on in modern explorers, adventurers, and innovators. Those who push the boundaries of what is possible, who venture into the unknown, and who face challenges with courage and determination are the true heirs of the Viking legacy. They remind us that the spirit of adventure and discovery is timeless, a fundamental part of what it means to be human.